Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this...
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Dallas Cowboys and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Wheaton with a catch right side. 11 yards for number 11.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
10 yards still left on second down. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And it's complete to Ladarius Green. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Again, it's Bell. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I can't help it. I'm just sitting back in admiration right now. This defense tells everyone that plays against them, you're not beating us running the football. That's who we are. That's what we're about. It's not going to happen. If you're going to beat us, you better pick another way.
And he's got the AFC leader in receiving yards last year, Antonio Brown. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
There's no doubt about it. That's just one of the best connections in the league. Big Ben throwing it to Antonio Brown, and Antonio Brown has turned himself into such a player. A low-round draft pick, but you can't beat his determination or work ethic, and Big Ben welcomes that.
And Big Ben won a Super Bowl at 23, youngest ever to do so, has never looked back.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Back to the ground, this time with Bell. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, but this is 3rd down.
While we know that the identity of this offense is to throw the ball, they've got to run it every so often, if for no other reason than to tamp down the pass rush.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Marcus Wheaton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Not a bad way to start it.
And I think that was part of their script, because so many teams script their opening possessions, and whether it's just that possession or even deeper into the half, sometimes it's 15 to 30 plays. That had to be one in there where they call a shot play. Go for the big one, and they got it done.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll come out in the pistol.
Here we go.
They run with a rookie. Here's Elliott. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Here we go.
Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. They go play action here on first down. Looking and finding Allen Hurns. They give him 15 more, and it's another first down.
Let's go.
On the counter, Elliott. And some room to roam now. Cuts back, left sideline. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. When we sat with the coaching staff a couple of days ago, they said attacking that defensive look with a run, something they wanted to do. It was effective.
And they were extremely confident, weren't they? Their planning, their preparation, they knew what they were going to get in that defense, and they were able to attack it accordingly.
Prescott on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. And on 2nd and 10 now. A second down throw for Prescott. It's caught right side. It's Hurns. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. And he is caught at the 7-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
The Steelers insert their nickel defense on third down.
Yeah, they add a DB. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So they go out of the gun, try to delay it on the draw, but nothing there.
Yeah, good play by the defense there. They sniffed it out and made sure there were no gaps for him to run. If you're the offense, though, you have to think to yourself, maybe I go play action down the road.
Now Prescott on 4th down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jason Witten, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Tight end right. Tight end right. 4 down. Check. 130.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be 3rd and 10. Bryant spread out to the right. On third down, Roethlisberger. He's got time in the pocket. This is Bell on the dump off. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10.
4 down. Meet these two.
On the counter, here's Bell. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result. Because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him. Sat there waiting for him and made the play.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed. And that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Orlando Scandrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
He missed all of last year with a torn ACL and MCL, but it's so good to see Orlando Scandrick back on the field and making plays. Another interception for him.
The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. Now Elliott. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
Prescott now. And Bryant's got it over the middle. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Good use of the pass there to pick up the first down. It gets a defensive look that they had specifically prepared for, they told us, coming into this one.
Certainly seems like they're holding all the right cards now, doesn't it? Because of their preparation. Went back, watched the tape, studied the tendencies, and they feel like they had them down cold, and they were able to use the pass against them.
And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Give him 16 on the pickup, and that leads to a Dallas first down.
And those first downs do add up. The offense keeps the ball moving downfield and keeps their defense on the bench, giving them a chance to rest.
One man in the backfield, Elliott. Prescott to throw it. Out left side here to Bryant. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
This offense is in rhythm now, just accumulating first downs and moving the ball downfield.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And this is caught at the 8. It's a gain of 24 that time. And the Cowboys are set up now with a 1st and goal. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Lawrence Timmons. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they'll throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
After the interception, here, and Ben goes down in the end zone, and that'll be a safety. And you don't want to pin this all on the quarterback, even when the pressure's coming. Not easy for them, but that's just something you can't do, is take that sack in the end zone.
No, you can't. But for all defensive line coaches, they're celebrating everywhere. Because what do they tell us in our meetings? It's all about the get-off, beating the offensive line at the snap of the football.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. That's taken on the 25. Now Dak Prescott of the offense heading back onto the field. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that.
And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
They go play action here on first down. His throw caught at about the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. Now Prescott. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. They'll throw again. Prescott. And that is caught. It's Witten for the Cowboy touchdown. Jason Witten, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward. The defensive coordinator came into this game with a plan to get to the quarterback with whatever type of pressure is necessary. It's working to perfection for him today.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. 2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. Man open left side is Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd down here after the incomplete pass.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third. On third down, Roethlisberger. A screen to Bell. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to fourth down.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. It's picked up by the Cowboys.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
One man in the backfield, Elliott. Prescott looks to throw on first. Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big play there just before halftime. 56 yards. So they're operating in the red zone.
Let's face it, it's tough to defend guys just in regular time. But when they get extra time, the guy maneuvers outside of the pocket, that's just almost unfair, because now trying to stay with a receiver, very, very difficult to do, and a big play is often the result. Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast, but sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball, because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you, and maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
Yeah, a lot of times coming in with good pace, and he dropped it. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. A second down throw for Prescott. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. Prescott on third and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. James Hanna in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Well, certainly they haven't had the ideal first half, but there's something, some momentum for them to take. Well, we're going to let you off a little easy there, LR. Halftime interrupted, and we are ready to get to this third quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. His throw incomplete. So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
They come out with one back and three tight ends. Prescott now. He sets to fire deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
Third and long for Prescott. He's going to let it go again. They've got his man complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A gain of 32 that time. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
Muscles him off, and he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Here we go!
They go play action here on first down. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. And he is picking up right where he left off a week ago. I wrote down, so funny here on my notes, what he said last week. And after we talked about the good game, he said, I will do it again. And I wrote those words down, and he's done it again.
And it's not bragging if you're doing it, right? Because that's exactly what he's told you, and he is getting it done smooth in the secondary, making catches, making plays. That's the guy that we know.
They come up in an offset eye. On 1st and 10, Prescott caught left side, Williams. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And with this guy, I don't know that you're surprised when he has back-to-back games like this. He just keeps excelling.
What I like about him is that every year he doesn't settle for being one of the best in the game. He tries to make himself better. Almost like those great basketball players. I remember hearing about Kobe Bryant wanting to add something to his game every offseason. Magic Johnson, what do I need to work on to get better? Michael Jordan had that fadeaway before his career was over. Those are the best. Even though they're at the top of their game, they find ways to get better.
They'll throw again. Prescott. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Prescott yet again. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. That's a tough one not to hang on to on 3rd and goal, but good job defensively to get there and jar it loose.
Agreed. That was really, really nicely done because there's no pass interference on the play. Timing excellent to get in there and knock it away. A win for the defense, and it brings up 4th down.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will give them a 12-point lead. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach, but it kept the offense out of the end zone.
Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. A beautiful fake. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Fresh set of downs here. Now a play fake here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Another pistol look here. A fake to Bell. Now it's like blitz coming, and down he goes. Terrell McClain in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That's sacks on back-to-back plays.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming. And you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over. I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Again, it's Elliott. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
And the defensive line controls the offensive front the way we just saw there. It doesn't allow any of the offensive linemen to leak downfield and get to the linebackers and block them on the second level. You end up with the type of play we just saw. Linebackers didn't have to fight anyone off, didn't have to knock anyone to the side, didn't have to elude anyone trying to block them. They just saw the play, ran to the ball, and finished things off.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Lawrence Timmons. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time. We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player. Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. From the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. He locates Wheaton, complete. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on third down. And the offense lining up 1st and 10.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Antonio Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And this is back to a 5-point game. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. The give is to Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. Only a yard on the gain there as time will run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th. One man on the backfield, Elliott. Looking to throw. Prescott out left side here to Bryant. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Quarterbacks like throwing the slant route, but they have to be careful about ball placement. They have to put it in a spot that makes sure the receiver has his body in front of the defender.
They come up in an offset eye. They go play action here on 1st down. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
They'll run with Elliott, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. And they're going to speed things up here. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Time running out here on the play clock. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And this one complete to Witten over the middle. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Complete to Jason Witten. That one good for 10 yards. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big-time throw on fourth.
Now, that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's fourth down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
Play clock winding down. 10th carry now for Elliott. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. Lawrence Timmons, the linebacker, there to get him down. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Come on, let's go. What? Nothing. What? Nothing. Come on.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. They go to Elliott again. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. The play clock's running down. Here's Prescott. And that's caught by Smith. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Here we go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
Elliott. And he will be stopped here for no gain, and then it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Prescott to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
And Bailey able to knock it through, and that'll push the lead up to 8. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You're able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
And quickly they get to the line. They'll look to throw. Out left here, it's complete to Wheaton. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Bryant spread out to the right. He's back to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
They come out here in the eye. They'll run it with Bell. Le'Veon Bell stops short of the line to gain. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
One man in the backfield, Elliott. And he'll get it up the middle. And not much. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Here we go.
Well, Prescott here to throw. And his throw is incomplete. The Cowboys' all-time receptions leader, Jason Witten, the intended target. 3rd down here. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
And Bryant's got it over the middle. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
2nd down following the run. Prescott. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Lawrence Timmons. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. 1 possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now. Back to throw. He finds Coates complete. 14 yards that time for number 14. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. And they're down to 17 seconds now here after the spike. So 2nd and 10 here. He'll look to throw. Surveying the field. Now a desperate. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big play. Roethlisberger to Brown. And even 40 yards. So deja vu all over again. Another good week. And sometimes maybe because the defense doesn't look that bad, maybe this is just good offense beating good defense in his case.
I like that because we always want to point out that there's a breakdown or someone made a mistake or there was an error. Sometimes it's exactly as you described it. Sometimes they just made better plays. And that's what he's been doing for the last 2 weeks. Someone's got to find a way to cover this guy. Otherwise, he may set some records.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we sign off from Heinz Field.